Real talk with Relly B. Real talk with Relly B.
What's up, y'all? I am Relly B, and this is Real Talk with Relly. Today, I am back with another interview. Introduce yourself, cause let's see.
Listen, I'm one of the best pop artists in the city of Detroit. That's the city of Detroit has to offer.
Okay.
Ain't nobody doing it like me. Okay, it's Jay Santino.
I was gonna introduce you, but I figured you had it. So let's get into it. You ready?
Yes,
Are you nervous?
a tad, cause I don't know what you're gonna ask.
Okay, so just tell me a little bit about it yourself. Like you sing.
Yes, I sing,
Mhm.
can't dance, but I can sing. I sing, I write, I perform. You probably see me everywhere. You probably see me at your local pride festival. I'm doing, I was doing what Lil Nas X did before it was cool,
So what was that?
being gay and happy.
Oh my goodness. So how long have you been singing?
I've been singing since sophomore year of high school, and then
So not too long.
but then I took it really serious after I got my first gig, which was Motor City Pride in 2019,
Mhm.
and that was like my first really big gig and everything, and I was like, damn, you can do that. So here we are.
Okay, so are you self-taught or have you always known how to sing?
Well, my mom, she was a singer, so she used to be signed to Bad Boy back in the day.
Mm.
Yeah, long story with that,
Okay.
but she didn't she got signed. She was when John Sally had a label here called Hoop Sounds, and it was like tied in with that.
Mhm.
And then she ended up like getting dropped from her label. So I've always learned, from her.
Okay.
And then I went to school for music. Once I went through all the choirs and stuff, and then studied classical music at Eastern and also at U of M, and then went to Dime, and then I just was like, here we go. like,
So Eastern
mhm.
is where I met you,
Yes,
where you were singing, you had a couple songs.
yes,
You told the people, the producers and stuff.
Yes.
Before we started recording it, I gave you your first like real promo.
yes. You gave me my first promo. It was for the first song I actually released, like was confident in releasing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Lover.
Dope
and I was
song.
actually surprised that you actually took it on because
Why?
well, so so when I was doing the pop music whole thing and things like that, people was like, this is weird and we don't know what this is, but this is dope and you doing something cool. But a lot of people was like, we like your music, but we don't really want to mess with you. Because it was a whole like bias thing, and so when you actually gave me that shot, and you was like, this is music and all that stuff, and I was like, oh snap, like shit, I forgot how much you charged me back then
I
to
think
do
it
it.
was $20 I was
Yes.
doing promo for.
And it was like really dope. And you actually did it, and I was like, okay, this is so dope. And I feel like I was doing something. I was high,
Oh,
high
my
for life for like a
goodness.
week, just doing that.
So now you have a song on the radio.
Yes, I have multiple.
So skip my little promo that I did on Instagram. You got songs on the radio.
Yes.
How does that feel?
I'll never forget the very first time I got played on the radio, which was like, it was crazy because I got a text was like, here, listen to the radio at this time, and I was like, okay. And then when I was in the car, I just like started crying because I was like, this is insane. Like everybody wants to hear themselves on the radio at some point.
And it's hard.
It is
Me
hard.
being able like to work at a radio station, it's hard to get on a radio station.
Yes, it is.
So for you to do that, you popping.
And let alone with songs that are out of format. So that was even, and to make them fit in format was like even bigger. And then people was calling me, it's like, I heard you on radio and I did this. And I was like, bitch, I'm doing something. I'm doing something. I felt so
You
good.
was hype.
Yes, I was, listen, it was crazy. So when I hear it again, it's just like, I get that same, Russian feeling. Cause it's just like, wow, like then to have multiple songs be played, it was just like, wow, this is insane.
That's really cool. Have you? So I know you're on Hot 10. Is it Hot 107.5?
Yes.
Are you on any other stations?
Yes, I was on 93, 97, and then I was on 88.1.
Okay.
And then I was on a couple other ones. I don't remember the numbers for them because some of them I was played on. I didn't hear the numbers for them. But 107 was like the biggest one for me because that was one like I always wanted to be on. But doing pop music is just like, it's hard to get on 955. So that was just like, wow, like I did this and black people really fuck with me. Like,
So you a pop artist? You never wanted to do like R&B or?
I did, but R&B was never like my thing. Like I can give you an R&B vocal, I will sing it down, okay? But it's never been my jig for whatever reason. Like I study R&B singers, Mariah Carey, Whitney. Well, they pop, but like Maxwell and Eric Benet and a few Kenny Lattimore. I study them, but it's just I just wanted music to be happy and like that type of happiness kind of comes from, pop music.
Okay. So talk to us about being do you consider yourself as just a gay artist, or
Well, I
is
consider
it a
myself as
word?
an artist.
Okay.
I consider myself as an artist that just happens to be LGBTQ.
Got it.
So the reason why I consider that like that is because some people like to try to put you in a box. When you actually listen to my music, it actually does not come off as it doesn't come off as gay. So it's just, but because you are that, it just people's like they assume that everything you do is that. And it's a stigma. They either want you to be, super outspoken like Saucy Santana, which is boundary breaking within itself, or they want you to be like super visual like Lil Nas X and and doing that whole thing, which is boundary breaking within itself. But then you have, what about the Frank Oceans? And people tend to forget, like, when he came out, like, y'all shunned him and type of a thing. And it's just like, now it's okay to do that. So I just consider myself to be an artist.
Okay. Does it make it harder though?
At first it did. So at Eastern, when I first started doing music and stuff back then, 2017, right? It was hard because it was a lot of stigma about it. And I remember doing it back then, people were like, we don't really know what to, we don't really know where to put you, and we don't know how to, it felt like I had to be more visual than really showcase my actual singing voice.
Okay.
To really, make people feel comfortable.
Because you could sing.
Yes.
We don't get into that, but you could sing.
Listen, but the one thing I did notice is like, and it's always been like that for me all my life. Like every time I sing, it always makes like life a lot easier for me. And people tend to look past your, who you are and, what they don't like about you because they find something that they're enamored with, which probably is the power of music. So, doing music back then, it was kind of tough, but
It's
now
been
watching
easier.
so many people, especially in Detroit, and Detroit is very homophobic. Well, not as much anymore, but at a time back in
get what you're saying.
2017, 2018, it was bad. Like people was not really fucking with that, but now they're more accepting, and that's just the time. That's just the cause of the times, like they say.
Okay, so let's talk about your favorite artist. I had to bring this up because you got the homegirl name in your bio.
I finally seen her. I finally seen her.
I
spoke
saw
to
that.
her. No,
He is in love with Mariah Carey.
I got whole with some more
So-
tutorials, all that stuff.
Oh my gosh, why her? Like, what makes you like her that much?
Listen, Mariah Carey for me is like the next best thing since sliced bread. Mariah Carey can cure COVID with her voice. Mariah Carey is better than Pfizer. She's just everything. Like from her, like, okay, so she has this particular way of writing music. And a lot of people don't know that she's a songwriter. People just think that she just sings. She wrote All I Want for Christmas Is You. She wrote Vision of Love. From Vision of Love to, We Belong Together to, Touch My Body. All of those songs that she wrote. And a lot of people just assume that she's just a singer that just, sings whatever songs that, some white people put her against Whitney and they just said, we're going to make an artist and this is just that. But no, like from her technique down to, the actual meaning of her lyrics and like the actual like, and then when you want to study like just her musicality, it's so many layers to it, like beyond just keys and notes. Like it's the texture and like how like, some singers, they just, sing, loud and they sing like, with lack of depth. With Mariah Carey can go from, real soft into like a high belt and then next, she's whistling up into the eons and then she's going down to Barry White bass notes, and a lot of people just assume that's just her and it's easy because she makes it look easy. And she inspires me like that.
So you say she write her own music. Do you write your own?
Yes, I write everything that you've ever heard me sing, except
Never, like, nobody ever wrote for you and you
people
used
have
it?
tried, but it's actually hard for me to connect with the songs that people write for me.
Okay.
Because it's just like I'm telling somebody else's story, not telling the stories that I've lived through, type of thing,
It makes perfect sense. Do you have a favorite song that you wrote?
I have two. So actually, yes. So Forever is one of my favorite songs. Forever is one of my favorite songs, as well as Gemini. And they're both poppy type of songs, but they were written in two completely different eras of my life, even with the vocal and even with like just the storytelling in the records. Like for example, with Forever, when I wrote Forever, I was actually homeless when I wrote Forever.
Oh, wow.
And when Forever was being written, it was more so I was like, I want a song that really embodies my life situation and what I really aspire to be, which is why it's like, do you want to be famous? Do you want to be successful? Or do you want your name to live on forever? Type of a thing. And it's just like, even with the lyrics, I wonder at night if I should pray. I wonder, it's like you are working so hard to the point where it's just like people don't really understand how hard you are working for your dreams. They just think it's all smoke and mirrors. A lot of people didn't even know I was homeless at the time. When I did, like when I did Motor City Pride, 2019, I did that whole show homeless, and that was around the time I wrote Forever. Even when we was at Eastern, it was a struggle then trying to get stuff. So I was releasing music, trying to do stuff, trying to figure out.
And you paid me $20 and
yes. Yes, because a bitch believed in the dream. Listen.
If you would have told me, I probably would have did it for free. Well, I know I would have did it for free.
But see, that's not the point. That's not the point. Because if you're not willing to pay for your own dream and not willing to believe in yourself enough to invest in yourself, then who else is going to invest in you?
Oh, I like that.
So it was never about, the money. It was more so about, I can actually do this, So,
okay,
yeah.
so we are talking about Forever.
Yes.
I'm going to get you because you don't have a music video. Like, what are you doing?
Listen, music, okay, listen, that's the whole thing. The reason why I don't have music videos yet is because, the concepts that I be trying to think of be so big, and it's just like, and I always try to like work with different videographers in the city and stuff, but sometimes like they're so
taxing.
Not even just that. It's not even, like I said, it's never about really the money. It's about the creativity. And if people can't really see your vision, should you spend your money on that type of a thing? Like I remember giving some videographers my treatment, because I do everything, everything in house. I gave a videographer my treatment, and they was like, this is some crazy shit. And some people may not understand, like, the meanings and the symbolisms that I may have and, that I may have in the video. Like, for example, a lot of the themes in Forever is, like, part of, being a part of a house, and a house is more so, like, it's a element of LGBTQ culture where, where people just mostly think it's voguing, but it's so many different categories, and it's so many different aspects of family life. Okay. And in that house, it's talking about, like, how do I put it? So we call some of the people the girls, right?
Oh my goodness.
Listen, we call some people the girls, and they, they live their life. They do whatever they can to get by to make ends meet, because a lot of them don't have the same type of opportunities, specifically trans women of color, specifically, younger, LGBTQ boys, gay men, things like that. And those were, pieces of life. While I personally did not do anything crazy, I was able to watch people, in my journey of, living my life, having to make ends meet and do that. And it really inspired me. Okay. Type of thing. So trying to, explain that in a video, and some people may not rock with that. Some people may not know how to and capture what my vision is. That's why I don't have a video.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Okay. Well, I did steal a performance that you did when you were performing Forever. So can we just play that for the people that they can see what we're talking about?
Do you wanna be famous? Do you wanna be successful? Do you wanna be forever? 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 Do you wanna be famous? Do you wanna be successful? Do you wanna be forever?
Okay, so period.
Thank you.
You give an experience. The dancers.
Yes.
A lot of get in the crowd.
Listen, a lot of things that people didn't see about that video is that what you didn't show was we had a whole marching band. We had a girl on the stripper pole. Oh. Listen, we had a whole Britney Spears tribute moment. We had a person come out in a T-Rex costume. It was crazy. Like, we had some people from Ballroom. We had Chaos Landane he's a legend in Ballroom. He came out and did a nice little show. We had somebody shirtless dressed up in oil. It was insane.
So they got to go to, what is it, on YouTube?
It was on YouTube, yes.
So y'all need to go to YouTube so y'all can watch the full video.
Yes.
Because you giving an experience. They don't know you dance. You don't dance.
I can vogue a little bit. I can do a little bit.
Out,
yes.
And it's going to be everything.
Yes. So I hope, now, being a part of a house myself, I'm a member of a Kiki house called Pink Lady, which is like they sickening. They are sickening. But it's an honor to be a part of a house and really and really pay tribute to, people who I've been paying tribute to, for years now.
Okay. Yeah. So you perform a lot.
Yes.
What has been your most favorite performance?
My most favorite, probably Pride last year.
Okay.
Probably Pride last year because, one, that was the biggest check I've received.
Oh, y'all get paid for that?
Hell yeah, we get paid for that. I don't do nothing for free. I don't do, especially like performing. I don't really do performances for free because of the amount.
Goodness.
I just told you we had a person dressed up in oil. We had a marching band. And actually, Eastern sponsored that marching band.
Really?
Yes, they did.
Okay. How you get Eastern to sponsor anything?
Because, listen, Eastern owe me a lot of favors. So,
Me too. So I'm calling them next.
listen, call them.
Do we need some new mics or something? Like we call it Eastern.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Amy Thinking Mind from the Resource Center.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, like that was insane. Like we had so much fun doing that. Yeah, and my second probably was when I did Pride the first time, and then and it just gets better and better.
Okay.
Or the time I did that LA show with it So Far Sounds, and it was insane. We did it off the ocean. That shit was insane too. It was crazy.
Okay, so we gonna play a game.
What we gonna play?
Are you scared?
A little
Everybody
bit.
get nervous, and my games are the easiest games ever. Are you ready to sing?
A little bit.
Just
What's
a
up?
little bit. So we playing song charades.
Okay.
I played this game on the show before, but I did it with Asia Pearson.
Okay.
So I want to see the difference. I want to compare the two.
Okay.
You're going to have different names that she did, but you ready?
Okay.
I'm going to give you a word. You have to think of the first song that comes to mind and sing it. Not the whole song, but just sing us a little part of it.
Okay.
So we going to go with Love.
Love. There's so many things I gotta tell you, but I just can't understand why. I don't remember the lyrics.
That's okay.
I don't remember the lyrics. I remember the lyrics.
Take it. I
Okay,
will take
okay.
it. I'm going to just be childish and say forever.
Working hard day and night in hopes I can see the light. I ask myself, do you think they think you're good enough? You're good enough.
I'll take it.
Yes.
Let's think. What about sad? I know that's hard, ain't it?
It's actually hard.
Let me think. Think.
Sad. What song uses sad?
I don't know either.
Oh my God, what song
Okay,
actually
let's
uses
change it to
sad?
happy.
And I'm happy. I don't know. Wait. Happy or sad? I don't know. Can I buy a vowel? Can I buy a word?
Oh my gosh. Let me think of another word. What about girl?
What's that song, Girl, by Destiny's Child? Girl, take a good look at yourself. You know each other too well. You ain't never seen you down like this. What you mean you don't need us to help? We know each other too well. Oh, yeah. That one.
'Cause period.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let you pick the next word. That's how we gonna end it.
Woman.
Go ahead. Let me see what you got.
Pray God you can cope. I stand outside this woman's work, this woman's world. Who is her heart on the man? Now his part is over. Now starts the craft of father. I know you've got a little life in you yet. I know you've got a lot of strength left. I know you've got a little life in you yet. And I know you've got a lot of strength left. Want me to hit it? I should be crying, but I just can't let it show. I should be hoping, but I can't stop thinking of all the things that we said that we never said, of all the things that we did that we never did, of all the things we should give him that we didn't. Oh, darling, make it go. There we go.
Oh my God. And that's how you do the song.
That's
how you do the song, period.
Yes.
Any new music coming out?
So I actually do have a new song called Ride For You coming out. I'm actually working on the video to Forever.
Okay,
That
now.
is a thing. So that is in production. And Gemini just released as well. So take a look at those songs.
Where can we find them?
On all streaming platforms at Santino, J.Santino. And you can also find them on Apple Music, Spotify, everywhere.
Everything.
Literally everything.
Got it.
Yes, and you can follow me on Instagram at official Santino.
Oh, it's been pulling up
Blasting?
the name.
Okay, because you know I can't see it.
So they know where to find you. Any performances, anything coming up?
Yes, so I will actually be in Springfield, Missouri in September. And I will also be at the Willis Show Bar August 20th, later next month. Well, I don't know, but
it's coming.
Okay.
Okay.
It's coming. So I'll be there, and then shows. You can any updates to shows because I'm often getting booked for like anything, some crazy stuff.
Where they find you at?
Listen, they can find me at official Santino. I am Santino on Twitter. You can find me at my website. You can find all show updates at www.officialjsantino.com. Yes,
You official.
Yes,
Okay.
and I you see all my scheduled updates.
Cool. Anything you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Yes, please get ready to go vote. Just get ready to go vote because they trying it out here, with the Supreme Court and and just women's rights as well as it's beyond women's rights at this point. They were trying to take away women's rights to choose as a caveat to take away so many other rights, which is explained when Justice Clarence Thomas said a couple things about that. So make sure you guys get out to go vote and make sure you guys do your research on who you're voting for because it is so important. Because if you don't vote, to me, if you don't vote, you don't really have an opinion. Okay. Because you have the opportunity to go do it. So, yeah.
So we're going to wrap this up. I am Relly B. Until the next show. Bye-bye.
Real talk with Relly B.